What if Argentina's 3-0 win over Algeria was not as simple as the scoreboard made it look? A Messi hat trick. A World Cup record equaled. Argentina through. Algeria beaten. On paper it looks clean, dominant, and almost routine. But inside Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, Algeria saw something very different. They saw a match they believe was shaped by decisions. Big decisions. Decisions that, in their view, could have changed the entire night. And now, 3 days after the final whistle, Algeria have taken their complaint straight to FIFA headquarters in Zurich. Not a social media rant. Not emotional post-match noise. A formal complaint. And at the center of it all is one uncomfortable question. Is Lionel Messi being protected at the 2026 World Cup? Because this story is not only about one tackle, one referee, or one result. This is about trust. This is about consistency. And this is about whether football's biggest stars are judged by the exact same laws as everyone else. Let's break it down. Argentina beat Algeria 3-0 on June 16th, with Lionel Messi scoring a hat-trick and equaling Miroslav Klose's all-time World Cup goals record. For Argentina fans, it was another historic Messi night. For neutral fans, it was another reminder of why he is one of the greatest players the sport has ever seen. But for Algeria, the night turned controversial in the 32nd minute. Algerian defender Issa Mandi challenged Messi, and in the contact that followed, Messi's studs appeared to catch Mandi around the shin and Achilles area. Mandi went down immediately. The referee gave the foul, but that was where the controversy started. No yellow card, no red card, no long VAR pause, no clear intervention. And that is exactly what Algeria are now questioning. According to their complaint, this was not just a normal football collision. Algeria believed the challenge should have been reviewed seriously for dangerous play. Under Law 12, excessive force and endangering the safety of an opponent can mean a red card. That is the part that has caused the debate. Because if Messi had been sent off in the 32nd minute, Argentina would have played more than an entire half with 10 men. That is not a small detail. That is not just one missed whistle. That could have changed the entire match. And this is why the conversation has exploded. Some analysts watching the footage felt the challenge deserved a red card. Others argued it was reckless but not enough for dismissal. But Algeria's point is simple. If VAR exists to catch major incidents, why was this moment not reviewed more clearly? And that question becomes even bigger when you add the second incident. In the 74th minute, Argentina midfielder Alexis Mac Allister collided with young Algerian player Ibrahim Maza while challenging for a header. Algeria claimed Mac Allister's elbow made contact with Maza's face. No foul was given, no card was shown. The match continued. For Algeria, these two moments together created a bigger problem. Their complaint argues that the match was not handled with the level of consistency required at a World Cup. And this is where the story goes beyond Algeria. South Africa head coach Hugo Broos also entered the conversation. He pointed to a red card given to one of his own players earlier in the tournament, and questioned how similar dangerous moments could be judged so differently. That is the real issue here. Football fans can accept mistakes. Referees are human. The game is fast. Decisions are difficult. But what fans struggle to accept is inconsistency. One player gets punished. Another player does not. One team loses a man. Another team continues with 11. And when the player involved is Lionel Messi, the biggest name in world football, the debate becomes impossible to ignore. Now, to be clear, this does not mean Messi planned anything. This does not mean Argentina asked for special treatment. And this does not prove corruption. But it does raise a question FIFA cannot easily avoid. Are the laws being applied equally? Because greatness should be celebrated. But greatness cannot become protection. Messi's performance was incredible. A hat-trick at 38 years old. A historic record equaled. Another unforgettable World Cup moment added to his legacy. That deserves respect. But at the same time, football cannot have two rule books. One for superstars, and one for everyone else. That is why Algeria's complaint matters. They are not asking FIFA to change the score. The result will stand. Messi's goals will stand. Argentina's win will stand. But Algeria want the decision-making to be examined. They want the record to show that these incidents were not ignored quietly. And honestly, that is what makes this story so powerful. Because Algeria could have simply moved on. They could have complained in interviews, posted a few angry comments, and let the tournament continue. Instead, they documented the incidents and sent a formal protest to Zurich. That sends a message. The desert foxes are not staying silent. And now FIFA must decide how seriously it wants to treat this. Will they give a clear explanation? Will they admit the officiating team missed something? Will they defend the referee and VAR officials? Or will this become another controversy that disappears once the next big match begins? That is what fans are watching now. Because this World Cup is not only about goals, stars, and records. It is also about pressure. Every decision is being watched from every angle. Every VAR moment is being replayed. Every mistake becomes a global debate within minutes. And when the biggest player in the world is involved, the spotlight becomes even brighter. Algeria now face Jordan on June 24th, and that match is massive for their tournament hopes. They are sitting with no points, coming off a painful defeat, and carrying the frustration of a game they believe could have looked very different. For them, this is no longer just about Argentina. It is about respect. It is about being heard. It is about making sure that when a smaller football nation challenges a giant, the laws are applied the same way. And this is where I want to step in properly. I'm Jemmy, and here on the Soccer Desk, I do deeper sports commentary, not just surface-level scores and highlights. We look at the story behind the result, the pressure behind the decision, and the football politics that most people miss when they only look at the final score. And in this case, the final score says Argentina 3, Algeria 0. But the story says something much bigger. It says Algeria believe they were denied a fair turning point. It says FIFA's refereeing standards are under pressure again. It says VAR, the system designed to remove clear and obvious errors, is still leaving fans with more questions than answers. So the real question is not whether Messi had a legendary night. He did. The real question is whether a legendary player should ever become bigger than the laws of the game. Because if that happens, football loses something more important than a match. It loses trust. The goals are in the record books. The hat-trick will be remembered. Argentina will move forward. But Algeria's complaint is now sitting on FIFA's desk, and the world is waiting to see if anyone will give them an answer worth hearing. So now I want to hear from you. Was Messi lucky to stay on the pitch? Did VAR fail Algeria? Or is this controversy being pushed too far after a clear Argentina win? Drop your thoughts in the comments, subscribe to the Soccer Desk, and stay locked in, because this World Cup is already giving us drama far beyond the pitch.